Hello, my name is Liz Matchett. I'm a Spanish teacher at Gunn High School in Palo Alto, California. My contact information is right here on the screen, lmatchett@pausd.org. And if you follow this tiny URL right here, you can have access to these slides. I recommend that you pause the video for a second so you can capture this tiny URL and be able to follow along on the slides as you listen to my video. I'm going to talk to you today about Jamboard, and it's kind of like Jamboard for dummies. If you've never used Jamboard before, or you've only used it in a professional development with other teachers or seen it being used and you thought, oh, I want to do that, but you're not sure how to do it, this is for you. This is raw beginners. So by the time you're done, I'm hoping that you'll be able to create a simple activity to use tomorrow with your students using Jamboard. Jamboard is great for presentational communication. Why should we use Jamboard? These are the things that I use Jamboard for in my classroom. I use it to hook students into a brand new learning episode. I use it to check for understanding while I'm delivering comprehensible input. I use it to spot check for accuracy when I'm having them practice a concept that they're working on, especially a grammar concept. I use it for them to present information about a poster, sort of like a project at the end of a learning episode or at the end of a unit. I use it for exit tickets to make sure that they've understood the most important part of my lesson for the day. And I use it for all kinds of other little things, like we made tamales in my class. We did it in distance, but they took pictures of it and I said, let's have a place. So they all at the same time uploaded their pictures and talked a little bit about their tamales. That's just an example. I use it for thank you notes, kudos, that sort of thing. So if you already have a Google Drive, you have Jamboard. You may just not have noticed it there, but it's already in your Google Drive. It's this J-like thing. It's a circle and a rectangle that sort of forms a J, and it'll be in your Google Drive. So look there, you'll find it. If you can't find it for some reason, or you don't have a Google Drive, go to jamboard.google.com. It's a Google tool. That's why I love Jamboard. It's free. It's free, and it's not as robust as Padlet, but it's very, very simple to use and very intuitive. So it's like a not souped up Padlet, but it's great. So let's do it. Let's make a Jamboard. And I'm going to click out of here for a second, and we're going to go to jamboard.com. And when you click on jamboard.com, if you've already made some, they're all going to show up right there for you. Like you'll see a bunch of mine when they come. But if you've never done it, it'll just be blank. But down here in the right-hand corner, you're going to see a circle. A little orange circle with a plus. And you click on that, and that is going to start you a new Jamboard. So here you go. It's going to come up a new Jamboard for us to make. And basically what you're going to see is just this white screen with nothing on it, like a blank piece of paper. I'm going to orient you to the board really quickly. Up here is where you're going to title your Jamboard. So that's the first thing you're going to do when you want to start a Jamboard is title it. And we're going to talk about chocolate today. So I'm good because I love chocolate, and who doesn't love chocolate? And I'm going to title mine chocolate, chocolate. All right, accept. The next thing you're going to do, and this is important, immediately do this. Don't wait. Go over to share. Sorry, mine's all in Spanish, but go over to share and immediately click on share and change the permissions for the sharing. If you don't do this right then, you're going to forget, and then you're going to upload it, and the kids are going to go to use it, and they're all going to be going, we can't get in. So instead, do this now. Go to change. And you're going to change it so that anyone with the link, that's what that says in Spanish, if you're not a Spanish person, can, not read, can edit. Why? Because Jamboard's an interactive tool, and you want the kids to be able to write on the Jamboard. In order for them to be able to do that, they have to edit it, which is why you want to change the permissions immediately to anyone with the link can edit. So you've done that. There we go. Now we're ready to start our thing. So we said it's going to be about chocolate. Over here on the side, and unfortunately my little circle is covering that up, some of the things that you can do. Let's see if I can move it a little bit. There we go. Is your toolbar for creating your Jamboard. It's also the student's toolbar. So you're going to see it and they're going to see it. So I'm going to start right now with a little sticky note. And that's one of the things I love about Jamboard, and it's the easiest thing to use. It's kind of like a Post-it note. And I'm going to say, why do you love chocolate? Because everyone loves chocolate, of course. And if you don't, well, they can say that too. Why do you love chocolate? You can make it different colors. One of my favorite colors is green, so I'm changing it to green. There we go. And I'm going to close that. That's a little bit weird. It's cancel, but it's just like closing that. So you can resize your sticky note. You can also move it. You can drag it, like move it if you want it to be at a different angle, and it can go anywhere on the board you want it to. You can also go back and you can still edit and change the colors if you want to. You can duplicate it so you have the same one over and over again for some reason if you want that, and you can eliminate it. these, when you click in the corner here, you'll get the 3 dots, and that's how you do that. All right, so we're creating this for the students. We've got our question, but let's make it a little bit more interesting. So we can go over here and we can get a picture. One of the other reasons I love Jamboard is because Google has it all set up for you to search Google images. So they're already copyright free, whatever. They're good for you to use. And you can find all the images, the pictures that you want. I'm going to look for some chocolate and find a picture of chocolate that I like. Oh, I like that one. Insert. And there we have a picture of chocolate. So here's my very, very simple Jamboard ready to go. It's completely ready to go. So if I do nothing else, I got that ready. I go up here, I grab my URL, I go back to my learning management system, Schoology, Edmodo, Google Classroom, whatever it is that you use, and you just drop that link into your LMS, and the kids can use the Jamboard already. They're ready to go. They come on here and they just type in here. So some little hints about using Jamboard. If you have a huge class, like more than 30, then you're going to want to create 2 totally separate Jamboards and put 15 and 15 on the Jamboard. So a limitation of it is it doesn't like to have more than like 26, 27 kids on it at a time. It slows down or it doesn't let them in. So just remember that if you have a big class or if you're like doing a professional development and you have 100 people, you want to make about enough Jamboards for like every 25 people or so. But, and this is a little confusing, so let me try to explain it clearly. So I just said make a totally different Jamboard with a totally different URL if you have large groups. If the problem you have is information on the screen right here and you want to be able to put, you want more space, you go up to this little thing right here, click on it, and you get a new blank screen. So now you can have like question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. It's unlimited for the number of questions that you have. Back to the drawing tools really briefly. I only have a couple minutes left. So I already showed you the Post-it note and I already showed you the picture. If you want to put a circle on your screen, so this is great for making Venn diagrams. So you can have the kids, or you can put 2 circles on the screen, and you can put kids in pairs. They can make a Venn diagram and compare something. That's another really cool use of Jamboard. Text boxes. You want to actually type something in. Click on the text box tool. And you can type in dark, because dark chocolate is the only kind of chocolate that's worth eating, of course. So there you go. Once you're done and the kids have all responded on the Jamboard and you're showing it to the class, you have a little laser pointer here so you can point out what you want to talk about. Or if the kids are doing a presentation and the kids are presenting their poster, their Jamboard poster that they've made for the class, they can use this laser pointer to point to what they want to talk about. Back up to the top, you got the pen. That's pretty obvious. So you can write, like chocolate. I'm really terrible with this. I hardly use the pen because, as you can see, my writing is very bad. But there you go. It's there. It exists for those of you who like that thing. And then when you don't like what you wrote, you can erase it. There's an eraser right there. And you can do a little thing where you select something and you can move it around and point to things. Okay, so there is how to use a Jamboard. And like I said, go back to my tiny URL, go ahead and look at my slides. You can see examples of what I've made. All simple, really simple, easy to use things. I am not here saying to you that I'm an expert at Jamboard. I'm just saying to you that I'm somebody who dove in, just went for it, tried, and I love it, and I use it all the time. Thanks for listening, and go ahead and be in touch with me. Let me know how I can help you or support you in any part of your teaching, Jamboard, whatever. I'd love to hear from you. Take care. Bye.